Good morning and welcome to the Forex Expo Dubai in day two. This morning I have Lochlan White, the CEO of Scope Prime, and the man himself, Daniel Lawrance, the CEO of the group. We're going to be discussing today digital transformation and its importance with Scope Prime and Rostro Group as a whole, and how we're utilizing all of these fantastic tools and people to grow. So maybe Dan, you're obviously the veteran, one of the originals from here. From where you started to where we are now, where do you see digital assets transforming the business?
I mean, they're obviously an extremely important asset class now. If you look at the institutional investors and the money coming into the space, it's increasing day on day, month on month. And in terms of the flexibility they offer, and it should be part of everyone's portfolio, we've looked to add these products as part of our diverse, growing asset range in order to accommodate the growing need for it in the trading space.
For example, like I've been on the client side of yours and a provider side of yours. And I remember like 8-9 years ago when cryptos first came out and plumbing them in, 99% of most brokers, most institutionals was FX, CFDs. Where do you see those digital assets, Lochlan, coming into the market now? Are you seeing much larger segmentation or?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest, looking around this room today and yesterday, there's not many brokers that aren't offering digital assets in some capacity, whether it's just the top 10, major assets or an expanded product range, which is really the talk of what's going on, I think, at the moment in this industry. It's been interesting because, we see, and I'm sure a lot of other brokers see, a lot of deposits and funding in terms of used with cryptocurrency, right? Transactions in general, right? And I think just that alone has made people feel a lot more comfortable. They've understood the fundamental benefits of using digital assets for funding and payments, and then now they're looking to use it as an indicator of the market. So
I think you can see as an opinion, which probably maybe not be valid. I see it as something like Ripple buying out Hidden Road, for example, a very big PB who's grown in the market over the last 8-9 years, and a cryptocurrency, in essence, has bought them to access that space. And you don't go and spend that kind of money just for the sake of buying a name.
Yeah, I think it's a valid point. I mean, if you look at the larger institutional names that have come into the space, it's added a level of credibility to it. It's not this secret coin digital asset anymore. There's a level of credibility with the names that are backing it more than anything.
So you're telling me we're not going to see a Dan coin then?
Maybe not this year. Well, that'll be a 2028 edition.
Definitely be looking out for that one. Now, for you, for example, like, do you see it's the products that are different, the people that's the difference is a combination? From my aspect, I work quite closely with yourselves, with Mark on the team. I've traded it myself from the beginning on a CFD as a physical. But with us, what do you see that separates us from the crowd?
Yeah, good for you in terms of getting in early. I'm jealous. I wish I was a little bit more on top of things. What separates us is a couple of different things. So, we spent 12 months putting this product together with Mark Folger, who's our head of digital assets. He's actually based in Cyprus, originally from the US, but has a British passport. He's spectacular, and we're very, very lucky to have him. So he joined us about 12 months ago. He'd been trading cryptocurrencies himself for, I think, the last 7 years. He'd done remarkably well for himself, and he actually moved to Cyprus, I think, to retire. And then when he got there, obviously we'd known Mark for a very long period of time. There was a lot of overlap, and we were looking to move into the digital asset space for quite a while. We just didn't know how to pull the trigger. Having spoken to Mark for a while, he wanted to formalize. He wanted to move on from his own individual trading and formalize it into a hedge fund. So what we agreed was, we will help you launch the fund, which is going live in Q1 of next year, everyone. If you're looking to invest, and we will help you launch the fund. We'll cover the legals, the operational aspects of launching a fund, which can be quite tedious. And as long as you can build us world-class crypto liquidity offering to our broker clients.
100%. I think that's one aspect. One thing I see is very clear, and you can see it around the room, the expo, you see it online. Everyone advertises multi-asset. I think it's something we've all discussed. I was an oil trader to begin with. Dan was a physical trader as well. You were smart and went into the operations side to start with. But we all knew different aspects of trading. what sets us apart is it's true multi-asset.
Yep.
You can come in, cash equities, CFDs, the derivative with leverage. You can take digital assets. And I know with ours, it's not just the spreads, the ability to sometimes be getting inverse, good pricing, the iceberg, and all of these things that you're getting basically from a dealing desk at what most people would say a tier one exchange, like a Coinbase. But that's their dealing team, not you. So we're giving that to clients. But the true trading is where I see the difference. But the access to those kind of markets, Dan, where do you see our next growth points there? Do you see it in, let's say, the MENA region, which is adopting more digitalization with Revolut opening here? Do you see it in maybe Asia? Where would you see that, Q?
I think it's a hard question to answer, but I mean, we've seen growth across all of those regions you've mentioned there. I mean, I think from a strategic perspective at Scope Prime, it's probably going to be in the MENA region because of not just the cryptocurrencies we have, but also the GCC local markets as well. And it's almost a requirement now. If you don't offer cryptos, it's like not having euro dollar, for example, as part of your product's offering. It's a necessity now to offer all of these.
I think it complements the rest of our offering, right? Like
For
we've got a massive offering in future CFDs, in real futures and options as well through CQG. So a lot of our larger asset managers can come to us and they might be trading futures and options or leverage long short equities, and now they can complement that with 5% of their portfolio being exposed to digital assets.
I think also now as well with cryptos, the percentage moves up and down each day, and the speculation, and it's in the news. People want a piece of that as part of.
I mean, even and even a stable coin, you can have it move 1 or 2% on a day, and instantly a cent or two. In terms of the institutional business, obviously, which you're running, you're dealing with the clients, you do a lot more of the operational, making sure the mechanics. Do you see it benefiting the company in the ability to be able to move money for clients faster? Because we all know multiple brokers will use multiple liquidity providers. So do you see that as a USP for us, that if the client ever needs the money, because we have the digitalized side, we can move money for them quicker, give them that access?
Absolutely. I mean, from my understanding, from conversations I've had this week, we are one of the most commercially competitive in terms of our funding, in terms of digital assets. I mean,
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a requirement. I mean, even myself this morning, I was trying to move some euros from the UK to Spain, and there's been a delay in that. If I was actually adopted stablecoin more, my life would have been a lot easier even this morning.
Yeah, and we're saying about 1 cent difference there. If you're going in the market, the spread widens, obviously, for these brokers, even if they want to move it, sell and buy into fiat. And I think even if you're saying that 1%, let's say one of our big clients is moving 100 million in and 100 million out. In essence, that's $2 million in their pocket in a year. So I think these are the things, more brokers, as the market changes, as everything becomes more competitive and tighter, these are the margins that really make the difference to these brokers and make us more competitive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think it's also, people, it's a lifestyle thing. People are busy. They expect things instantly. Like this digital age we live in, it's becoming more adopted by younger people, obviously much younger than myself, like Mr. Lochlan. But it's a part of everyday life where people just expect this kind of service, and digital assets obviously do provide this as part of their specification.
I think what's also important to mention is that because we took 12 months to build this product specifically on the liquidity side, we knew that just offering the top 10 products wasn't going to be enough. So what we focused on, and at this point in time, we soft launched 3 months ago. We're still in the infancy of our product launch. We've got 80 products at the moment that are offered 24/7, obviously, and the plan is to have up to, I think it's 150 before the end of the year, which is, if you look around, there's not many people that are doing it and doing it that well. So,
but it's also the combination of the institutional experience from the retail, from the CFD side, does play a large part. Something I hear quite often from Kraken clients, and again, clients of mine when I was in the tech side, and then matching them up with brokers. A lot of the discussion was they didn't understand the industry. And okay, we're 9 years in, but as we know, these things still take time. Sometimes it's the liquidity bands, it's the layering. How do you find that your experience in that institutional side is actually helping build the competitive product for the industry on that digital side, Dan?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, in terms of, I think the key is making sure that, compare it to FX is critical, especially when we're talking about the broker clients that we have. We've got 250 institutional broker clients around the world. We feel like we've always nailed it in the FX and precious metal CFD side of liquidity. And one of the reasons for that is not just having a competitive top of book. It's about everything underneath that as well. The amount of volume that we're already seeing from some of our clients, they're often sweeping some of the layers. They need to be competitive. The VWAP price, the volume weighted average price, needs to be competitive. It can't just have, a 0.1 of a Bitcoin at top of book. It needs to be, very competitive throughout the whole quote book and across all of the coins that we offer. So I think making sure that there's really genuine, stable and consistent liquidity across all coins is super important.
Yeah, I think that's an important point as well. Like when we're looking to add the new products, it's not just about getting the latest and greatest out there. It's the security, it's the execution, it's the transparency behind the product that we have to be, put our hand on our heart to say we know we can back it. And, we can't just roll out, say, 1,000 coins because, the liquidity, the top of book execution.
You're making sure that there's the back end there and the safety is there for the traders, for the brokers we work with, because again, the relationship is for years, not for 10 minutes. And I think this is the difference, is you're not doing it as something we talk about all the time on the retail side as well, is, we may not have the tightest spreads, but I guarantee you I've got the best execution because we built the book to make sure you get what you want. And I think that experience plays a large role. In terms of, let's say, the licensing, and there's something you both touched on there, that's impacted obviously on how we launch. So sometimes it's maybe a slower rollout. But do you find that we're seeing clients are coming to us because of the trust they have in us on the traditional, on the TradFi side, should we say? I feel old saying that, on the TradFi side. And it is then helping them to adopt more from us than the exchanges were, let's say?
I think it's a combination. Obviously, we've spent a lot of years building up our brand. It is trusted, in my opinion, across a global scale. The fact that we are at events like this today and we do have global licensing, it adds a level of trust, credibility and reliability for all of our clients to know that we're here for not for the short term, for a long term. And the fact that we are providing a professional product that we have researched in order to roll out to the underlying client base.
And I think the fact that, for one thing, you've been at Scope for 8 years?
9 years maybe now, yeah.
Out of the furniture. No, but people know your name and they trust the brand, but also bringing in, some other superstars like yourself, Fraser, and Mark Folger, of course, I think has obviously bolstered, I think, everyone's confidence in us and our reputation. The fact that we've got 270 staff around the world, covering all continents, with a few new licenses coming very, very soon, will only help our business.
100%. That's something I discussed with both Michael and several people yesterday. Our company is not very territorial. It's very cooperative, especially amongst the sales, the ops, and the client-facing side. Well, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. And if anyone's interested in the institutional digital asset side, please reach out to Dan Lawrance or Lochlan White. And have a great day, guys.